And we are live on another edition of All In on High School Sports. Kurt Valenti, Jennifer Valenti, how are you?
I'm well. Good evening.
Another Tuesday night, a little brisk Tuesday night, getting ready for possibly a big storm this weekend.
This is true.
A lot going on in the real sports world. You know, we got NFL championships.
Not to make it sound like this isn't the real sports.
No. I meant professional. We got that starting up. Conference championship Sunday with unbelievable games last weekend. A little NBA. We got some, NCAA. And, of course, we got high school sports in the thick of things. And that's what we're covering tonight. So what do we got going on tonight?
Tonight we are going to welcome our first guests will be from the Lodi Immaculate Conception High School, all-girls school. So we will be joined by Coach/Athletic Director Dale Fava, and he will also be bringing with him his girls basketball coach Jiovanny Fontan. After we welcome our guests from Immaculate Conception, we will also be joined by Scott Mahoney, longtime wrestling coach at Pompton Lakes, and we are excited to have him on to celebrate his landmark 400th career victory that he celebrated not last week, the week before. So glad to have them on.
No, I'm pumped up. You know, you got two really good programs. I'm saying two schools. Mm-hmm. We're talking three programs because we're talking the girls wrestling, the boys wrestling, Pompton Lakes, and then the girls basketball. So I'm definitely excited to get them going on. But before we have them, I think I want to do another shout out to our interns.
Of course.
Yes. So I don't know if you want to do it. You want me to do it?
Start it up.
You know, again, these guys and girls do tons of stuff behind the scenes for us. I'll start with Rachel, who did an unbelievable picture tonight with our guests for that we put up on Facebook, on our social media. We also have Olivia, who does all our behind the scenes stuff with the podcast version of it that we can find on Apple Music, Google Music, iHeartRadio, all of that. She's also working on intros for both of our shows. And of course, Daniel, who does all our social media, our Twitter page, keeps up with all the breaking news on the professional and college sports side for our K&K. So big shout out to all three of our interns. No,
definitely. They, like you said, behind the scenes, the stuff that we are unable to kind of keep on top of. It would be remiss if we did not give a shout out to them, because it's impossible for us to do with our busy schedules with full-time jobs, and I feel like we don't thank them enough. So every time we do chat with them individually, we try to relay our thank yous. And you know what? Olivia was actually the one instrumental in bringing this 400th victory of Coach Mahoney to us. So what they do for us is great. We have been able to do so much more with them, and we really are truly thankful. And they're just great kids.
Yeah. And real quick comment from our great friend, co-host K&K Sports Show, Mr. Kirkpatrick. Quick hello, busy night, can't stay long, have a great show. Mr. Kirkpatrick, I don't think I told you, but there's a little surprise for tonight, because one of our guests. So that's all I will say.
All right.
Is
gonna leave the teaser.
He should be a big fan of one of our guests. So we'll leave that right there for Mr. Kirkpatrick.
We have Coach Fava in the waiting room, so I'm going to go ahead and bring him on in. Are we ready?
Yes,
for that?
We can bring him in,
and
of course.
If Coach Fontan joins us again. We always are so thankful. It's so hard for the coaches to fit they're so busy.
Especially
the
this
winter season is so tough.
Yes.
Night games. So, we'll just kind of bring Coach Fava in here first, and then whenever Coach Fontan can join us, we'll be glad to have him as well.
Let's get rolling.
All right. Oh, they're together. Awesome. Hi, guys. Just see their audio connecting, so we'll give them a second to get fully connected there.
If Mr. Kirkpatrick doesn't know who we are dealing with tonight, I would be very upset with Mr. Kirkpatrick.
All right,
That's
still
all I'm going to
says
say.
connecting to audio, so we'll give them another second. I don't know if they can hear us or not. Can you guys hear us yet, or no? They got a good setup going on.
They got a great setup.
Looks like a red carpet, like with the thing in the background there. I love it. They're rocking the zip ups.
While they're getting set up on the audio, also.
I think they're in.
They're ready to go.
Coach, can you hear us? Oh, looks like. Oh, now it says connecting again. Oh, there we go.
I think we're good.
Hey, coaches. How you guys doing? Can you hear us okay?
Yes, we can hear you fine. Sorry, that was on our end.
No worry. Gotta love the technology. No problem. So glad to have you guys. Please let me officially introduce you to our audience. We are joined this evening by Coach Dale Fava, who is the athletic director at Immaculate Conception of Lodi, where he also doubles as the girls wrestling coach. And he is joined by his girls basketball coach, Jiovanny Fontan, whose team is off to an impressive 9-2 start so far this season. Guys, we can't thank you enough for carving time out of your busy winter seasons to join us here. So welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I'll just start off by this. Those zip-ups are sweet. I mean, everyone has nice gear, but that IC gear is nice.
I promise I didn't tell him to wear it, too. We just matched coincidentally.
No, it's nice.
Stop.
It's
Get out
nice.
of here. That's great. Because we often, you guys got the background. I'm telling you, it's an impressive start, guys.
It is. Not going to lie. Our good friend
Matt. Some jackets.
Oh, hey. Listen, I'm down.
It's unreal.
Matt Staffera, our good friend from Colorado, when I'm not
nice.
arguing with him over our quarterback situation, he's saying, keep up the great work, everyone.
Very nice.
I'm just going to start by this. I'll call you Coach Fava for now, but I knew Coach Fava when he's about this high, coaching him in Elmwood Park junior football, and I will just say this. An absolute stud, and it was a pleasure coaching you back then. Coach Fava, I swear to God, we bring up Elmwood Park here all the time because I bring it up all the time because I'm still as great as we were, and it was one of my best, teams. And you guys, I loved all you guys, but I still can't go to that field and think how Heights beat us in the Super Bowl. So that will kill me till the day I die. So that's all I'm going to say. But it was a pleasure, obviously, coaching you. You were a great athlete, and some of the best times, even coaching high school, coaching that team was so much fun with all you guys. So just go there.
Absolutely. You have to bring up that bad loss. We were undefeated on score-upon that year.
I know, undefeated on score. I know. I got to hear Louis Saunders saying we weren't unscored upon, but that's for another show. But I'm not going to deal with him on that. But it was an unbelievable team, and again,
I'm going to go off script for a second. I feel like I've heard that story so many times. I feel like I was there.
I haven't heard that story in a while. Bad memories. I remember that day.
Bad memories on that field, Coach. But otherwise, unbelievable season. A couple comments from Ryan Roy. Hi, Dale, Liam, and I see you live. So Ryan Roy is checking in.
Hey, Ryan Roy. He's actually our mascot for our men's softball team. He's awesome.
There you go.
That's great.
And Coach Catrona, Blue Wolf Pride, Mrs. Jessica Catrona, head of school.
Yes, that's actually our head of school, and actually Joe Catrona, who's the head Woodridge coach.
Yes.
I didn't realize his wife was the head of school there.
I didn't know that.
Oh, that's awesome. So cool. Coach Catrona, good friend of the program.
Oh, he's a good friend of the program, Dale. Good friend of the program.
Ibrahim McKeel.
Yeah, I'm sorry, did you want to say the name?
Ibrahim.
McKay saying, let's go, coaches Fava and Fontan. Great start to the season, gentlemen.
Awesome. He's actually one of our drivers here at the school.
Awesome. Look, you guys are rolling in the comments. You got the
I know.
You haven't even been able to start yet. You're like celebrities.
And Dale, if I didn't get this comment from one of our other coaches, Coach Kenny Kirkpatrick, he coached Elmwood Park. Best team I've ever been associated with, Coach Fava. Good to see you. So I said, if you didn't know who Coach Fava was, Kenny, I would be all over him, but just so you know.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
But let's start with this, Coach Fava. You start. If you could just give us real quick an overall view of the school, Immaculate Conception, and quick overview of the athletic department over there.
Yeah, so basically we're an all-girls school that obviously pride ourselves on all of our core values. And basically what we try to strive in our athletes is making our athletes not only great athletes, but also good people and people that are going to work the hardest in the work field. So we make sure that they're prepared for basically college and that college level atmosphere. Like, we don't train our kids here, to be honest with you, like high school players. We train them more like collegiate players. So when they go to college, they're ready to go and they could play at the D1 level, D2 or D3, whatever level they want to. And that's just what we pride ourselves. Coach Gio's, one of our best coaches here. He takes his program very serious. And that's just really what we're about. Even our teachers and our staff and the school are just there for the students day in and day out with extra help, sports, and just working with the girls to make sure that they're getting their work completed and that they're basically at the highest level that they need to moving forward.
Coach, I'm gonna go off script really quickly because just like looking at your athletic department website, like you offer so many sports for your girls. And I know that you're not a big school. It's just so impressive that you guys field all of those teams and give them the opportunity, like for everyone to kind of find their niche. That's really fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. We actually offer 14 sports. I'm actually looking to make it 16. One of my goals is actually to be have the most girls sports in the state.
That's awesome.
So that's really my goal. Obviously, we're a smaller school, so it's definitely a grind to do that. But we've been working on that day in and day out. A lot of people laughed at me 4 years ago when we started the wrestling program. They're like, "Fava, are you crazy?" I'm like, "No, it's a growing sport, and they need an aggressive sport to be physical because they don't have that sport out there." And now we got state place winners and county champs in our program that are just competing at a high level. So it's really awesome. It's really good to see, the girls become women and able to compete at that higher level and have the same chances that guys have.
That's awesome. Coach Fontan, am I saying your name correctly, Coach?
Let me just get one more comment in real quick from, again, Ryan Roy. It is always great to see you live online. Not sure if Liam is going to last so long holding still. It will be referred to as short-lived, LOL. Keep it up, Dale.
Thanks, Ryan.
So, Coach Fontan, you took over the program, if I'm not mistaken, in 2019-2020 season. Then last year, you went 10-3, and this year you guys are off to a 9-2 start. So I have two questions for you. My first one is, how does it feel to take over a program that really has like a rich basketball tradition? And then my follow-up is, can you highlight some of the players on your roster this season?
Well, first off, definitely taking over this program has been a lot. It's been a challenge for sure because you come in, like you said, with a rich history, whether it's the Division I players that have played here prior or just the championship banners that hang up in and around the school. So we wanted to come in. I wanted to set my own identity, have a chance to build a program that I feel most comfortably fit myself as well as the school identity as well. So we brought in some players that we thought would feel comfortable in our school, would definitely fit what we look forward to in our student athletes academically, most importantly. And then going forward now this season, we're a very young team. We have freshmen and sophomores playing a lot of the minutes, bulk of the minutes, to be honest. And some juniors and some seniors who've been here for my first 3 years here in the program, and they've been able to kind of set the blueprint as far as how we want to represent ourselves on and off the court. They do a great job of taking on, I would say, my identity on the court, and it's been able to work in our favor so far. So we've been trying to make sure we keep that going forward.
Awesome.
Coach, I'm going to come back to you because, a lot of people say I coached football at St. Mary's in Rutherford at a Catholic school too. So a lot of people just say, oh, it's so easy to coach at a high school, at a Catholic school, you can get whoever you want, yada, 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 with all that. But, it could also, especially basketball, it could also not be as easy as people say. You're getting girls from all over and they've probably never played with each other. So, how is it like that for you where, player A, player B, player C, and you're basically not only just teaching them your style, but you actually have to teach them to play together, with themselves for the first couple times, in their career. What's your thoughts on that?
Oh, it's very difficult. It takes a lot of time, and I think the off season allows us the best chance possible to kind of get the girls on the same page, right? Because they're all coming in not only from different places, but with their own dreams, with their own idea of who they should be as far as their role on the team. So the off season helps a lot in the summer. We get a chance to go watch the girls play summer league, and even play with their travel programs. You get a chance to see what girls can do what. And then when we get down to practice time around the Thanksgiving moment, we probably get a better look at what girls fit with our plans as a team. And we try to do our best to get the girls to understand we're going to need each other, right? When we go to that college level, if you're trying to go to that college level, when these scouts come in and watch us perform, they're not going to come and just watch one player. They're going to see how you interact with your teammates. They want to see how you run an offense. They want to just see, do you know how to play the game? So for the most part, our girls have done a good job of buying in and understanding they're going to need one another in order to be successful.
Nice, very nice. Coach Fava, I'm going to come back to you. You touched upon this a little bit when we were talking at the introduction, how you started a girls wrestling program, and if I'm not mistaken, the first all-girls varsity team in the state, if I'm not mistaken. So I was wondering if you could kind of walk us through how you actually got the idea, got it to come to fruition. You're a small school. Did you have a full squad? How did you find other teams to compete against? I'm sure there were a lot of hurdles to go through. Would you kind of just walk us through that process?
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely a lot of work. especially starting from scratch. So basically, yeah, I mean, as soon as I started the program, I'm not going to lie, probably half my administration laughed at me. And they're like, you're crazy. You're crazy even thinking about having girls wrestle. Who's going to wrestle? And just in my head, I was looking at the statistics in college and even at some high schools, and the sport was just growing so fast. I think at like 200 or 300% a year. I'm like, why wouldn't we try to have a girls team? I mean, the statistics show that there are girls that want to wrestle. So let's just try it. Let me see if I get a couple girls out, which I think in my first year, I ended up with about 8 girls, 4 of them being seniors that wanted to play because they don't have a physical sport to play. And these are soccer, softball players. And then they started wrestling and they actually ended up loving the sport. It just teaches them different strengths as far as agility, physical, being aggressive, being conditioned. Obviously the sport, you have to have a high level of endurance, but it was definitely hard because, when they first started, I'm not going to lie, a lot of them were nervous before tournaments, scared. It's a one-on-one sport. I would consider it obviously a combat sport where it's nerve-wracking going on that mat and wrestle one-on-one. So, as far as the mental part, that was probably one of the hardest parts because we did have a lot of people break down at first, but they stuck through it. And just getting through it, they believed in their coaches. They believed in, my whole coaching staff. I had just as many coaches as I did wrestlers at the time. I probably had 8 coaches in the room with 8 girl wrestlers.
A 2-to-1 ratio.
Yeah. Working with them each because that's like the level I wanted to get them to. And that's just even the same way now. I got always like 3 or 4 coaches in the room with 4 girls now. And just really embracing it and just teaching them, about the sport. Everybody thinks that wrestling is a sport that automatically, you're going to get injured. It's a controlled sport where actually they're not going to get injured. All those tendons and all those small muscles are actually going to get stronger, and it's going to make them better for whatever sport that they want to go for college. So it's like basically strength and conditioning overall for their bodies. And it's also self-defense as well. So that was a lot that the girls want to learn about on how to defend themselves. So if they're ever out or something like that, they'll have like a little bit of a background where they can actually physically defend themselves. Actually, our girl wrestling coach, it happened to her in a situation where because of wrestling, she was able to defend herself.
You know what's funny is
that's a great point.
We had a female wrestler on, the girl from Beckton. I can't think of
Isabella.
her name. Izzy, right? Yeah.
She's very good.
That's how she was saying that her father was like teaching her like self-defense, and that's kind of how she got into like the wrestling. So that's an awesome point and an important skill. Yeah. For a female. Yeah. Interesting. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Coach.
No, you're good. And the one crazy thing is it's definitely different because I coach the guys at Lodi and obviously the girls that I see. As far as the drilling aspect, the guys drill harder. The girls are a little bit easier on trouble. But once they go live, I'm not going to lie, the girls are way more aggressive once they're wrestling live. So it's actually it's pretty awesome to watch. Probably one of the biggest tournaments actually recently was the girls' counties. It was bigger than any of the guys' tournaments currently held because they were all canceled. So the sport is just blooming and it's just growing, and it's a great opportunity for girls to try it out. Obviously, there's going to be some that don't like it. Those who do like it and stick through, it's just going to help them overall in life.
I love that the high school girls are really setting that example for younger girls who maybe want to get into it a little bit younger. Again, you never know what sport you're going to like, and you hit so many good points about how, we're proponents of actually being a multiple sport athlete and how it would help you in so many other ways. And I think they're such trailblazers, and they probably don't even realize who they're influencing right at this time. So that's awesome to hear.
Comment coming from a really good friend of mine, went to school with him, Wayne Dixon, saying, Dale, I'd like to thank you and Chip for doing such a great job with my daughter Sarah in track. She truly enjoys the sport now and will pursue it in her new school. Thanks again and good luck with your school and sports program.
Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, Sarah was one of our runners, one of our distance runners. She did great. At first she was skeptical because obviously any distant runner is skeptical because almost like it is like wrestling. It's just a marathon. Then you got to be a little bit crazy to do it, but she did awesome. She was actually one of our best distance runners on the team, and she just trained hard and was always at practice. It was great to have her on our team.
Coach Fava, I'm going to go off script with this one because I just
you do that.
No, because you mentioned about sports and everything. One of the hottest things last year, and we had a bunch of them on our show, was flag football. Yeah. And is there any possibility in the future for Immaculate to get involved in that?
Absolutely. I was going to do it this year, to be honest with you. I just didn't want to pull girls out of other sports or spring sports yet. I wanted to make sure that we boost our numbers a little higher before I start pulling girls from other teams.
Okay.
So next year, I'm absolutely pursuing having a flag football team, actually. That's actually the main sport that I want to bring here next year. I think it's just awesome. And actually, a lot of girls already want to play it here. And obviously with I don't know if you guys know this about the Jets package, they're giving grants out to start the program.
Yeah.
So it looks like a no-brainer. Why not give them the option to play if they want to play?
Yeah, we had PCTI, and they were saying they had close to, 90 girls or something trying out. And it was crazy, like all these schools. And now, but who were we talking to the other day? They were saying it's still not going to be, it's not going to be a sanctioned one. So you're still going to be able to kind of, I guess, do a spring sport and a varsity sport. So.
Just tough though.
Yeah, tough. All right, so I'll get back to you, Coach Fava. One more thing. So you're talking about, Jen kind of asked you answered it a little bit, but obviously you were a wrestler. But what would you say is the biggest difference or the toughest part for you coaching girls as opposed to if you were coaching boys?
I would say it has to be emotions. Definitely emotions. Guys fight in the room and it's over the next day. When girls fight in the room, no, it carries on for a few weeks at a time. So that's something that, we try to obviously control. We try to limit. Actually, I've been very lucky not to have as much drama in that room and girls that just want to compete and get after each other, right? Because you're beating each other up in the room ultimately where you're going to feel a type of way, right? And getting them to understand that you have to go after your partner and be aggressive because your opponent is going to come after you. You're just preparing your partner for that match. That's probably the hardest thing to get them to understand, especially when they're drilling and stuff and going a little bit easier on each other because they don't want to fall on each other. That is definitely the hardest thing where guys will be drilling and they don't care if they fall on top of them or not.
Couple comments. Coach Catrone is asking you right now. I guess he's asking you officially live on the show. Is he the favorite for the head girls flag football job?
You heard
Absolutely.
It first.
I already told him. I told him in September, I said, you're going to be the OC for flag football. We get flag football this year.
Oh, that's funny. That is so funny.
Ryan Ray saying again, Liam is going to have dinner, and before Milo goes to bed, he is watching your special interview live. It is amazing to hear all the great things that Coach Dale makes so much of a difference, impacting many young women while attending Immaculate Conception High School.
Very nice.
Awesome.
Yeah, so it's a great comment.
All right. So my last official question for you guys is actually to both of you. So Coach Fontan, we'll start with you. But let's say I am a prospective student athlete who's considering IC, right? Why should I choose Immaculate Conception of Lodi?
I would definitely start off with the sisterhood, right? So at least for me, anytime I'm introducing a student athlete to the school, I want them to come in the building and have a chance to spend freshman for a day or even just as a transfer, get the opportunity to spend with girls that are in that same classroom. Our girls go through a block schedule. They spend a lot of time together in the classroom. So you can figure the normal high school, maybe 45 minutes, our girls are spending more than an hour in a classroom together. The small surroundings, the small setting, I should say, under 200 students. So everyone knows everyone. It's an environment where you feel comfortable right away. We almost feel like a big family kind of on a daily basis. So I think that's the thing that stands out the most. You add the fact that we're connected to Felician as our sister school. If you do well academically, you have the opportunity to go and take some classes there. I think it's just a great opportunity for all the girls that are interested.
Very nice. How about you, Coach Fava?
Yeah, absolutely. Just to feed a little bit off of some of the things that he said. One of the major things is obviously our girls get an opportunity their junior and senior year to take college courses. So by the time they're in their freshman year in college, they have basically almost 1 year of college already down.
That's great.
So that's obviously, even as an athlete going into college, that's going to help you a lot to basically take your course load and lighten it up during your athletic season. So that helps a lot. That's one of the biggest. The other thing is just the staff, the coaches, the administration. Like you said, not only the sisterhood, it's a family. Like Coach Gio and me, we talk every single day. We know exactly what the girls are doing. We know before something bad in the classroom happens, if it's going to happen. So on a day-to-day basis, we're really monitoring, making sure that our athletes are basically trained and are watched like professional athletes to make sure that they have everything set and that they can't fail when they're here, when they're with us. We won't let them fail. And as long as they come here and we have the coaches, I make sure our coaches are all based on the same values: hard work, effort, and just really just being a good person and good work ethic and all that all in one. And I mean, I can't say enough about my coaching staff. I mean, without them, I wouldn't be able to talk about our programs. I mean, Gio works hard every day. I mean, I called him the other night, I think at 11 o'clock, and he's still watching film for a game. You know, things that the athletes wouldn't know that we do in the off time. And I know other schools aren't doing that because I don't know. I asked him, like, put the computer down for a little while, man. Give yourself a break. You've been doing it all day, but he's preparing for major games. So our coaches, when we take losses, we take the losses too. We take it even more than our student athletes. So we make sure that they're always in a position to win and do their best when they're out there.
A couple comments. I'm not sure who it is from YouTube, but they're giving you a hello, Coach Fava. And Coach Catrone is saying, Coach Fontan, fight on. I'm a huge USC fan. I better get. He's saying I better get a USC shirt, or I'm telling my wife to write you up.
I got him. I promise.
Too funny. All right, we're going to roll into a little segment we call Rapid Fire. These are meant to be a little more like fun, quick questions for you guys. You're up first there.
I'm up first. All right. So obviously you guys know, like, I grew up in Garfield, and we always talk about pizza on this show, right? We always talk about pizza. So my favorite pizza place is right around the corner from you guys, Rose's Pizza in Garfield.
I was going to say that.
All right. So Rose's Pizza. So here's my question. From where you guys, you guys are in Lodi, but you're on the border of, like, still Heights and Woodridge, I guess, and Garfield, yeah, all that place. So would you take Rose's or a different place, and who is that different place as your favorite pizza place? I'll go Coach Fava first.
I'm going to go with his answer either way because I haven't had either pizza yet. So
Okay.
I'm going to try. Yeah.
Now you got to try them.
I have something to try.
Well, I mean, obviously I'm from Menlo Park, you know that. So I guess we got to go with Pizza Town, right?
Okay. There you go.
All right, I'm going to stick on the food category. And
Abraham is saying big shout out to Rose's, baby.
Nice.
You know what, Coach Fava? Coach Fava, this is what you got to do. On Friday, take Coach Fontan, go to Rose's Pizza and get him a Sicilian slice. Come on. Can we do that? Oh, it's all right, make sure you do. It's that YouTube person was saying hello, Coach Fava. It's Carmela's dad here. So it was Carmela's dad saying hello.
Carmela, she's one of the wrestlers on our team.
Oh,
She's
awesome.
actually one of our very good wrestlers.
Awesome. All right, my next one, we're going to stay in the food category, right? If you had to choose your favorite fast food chain, would it be Burger King, McDonald's, Wendy's, or Chick-fil-A?
I'm going to go McDonald's. Number one, no lettuce, 6-piece nuggets, soda, no ice.
There we go, with the order ready to go. Awesome.
I'm going to be the same. I'm McDonald's. I usually get like 3 cheeseburgers. This is on my off days. Usually I don't eat bad, to be honest with you. But when I'm having a really bad day.
Cheat day.
Exactly. I should have.
Yeah, my cheat day. It's either a cheat day or a bad day. Yeah, I usually get like 3 cheeseburgers, large fry, 8 nuggets. And usually don't finish half of it, so
that's okay.
Your eyes are bigger than your stomach. Yeah.
Ryan Royce saying, heard Rose's Pizza is the best. Wonder if Mr. Portnoy is going to make the best comment out there along with Pizza Town as well. All right, my next one for you, I'll start with Coach Fontan. iPhone or Galaxy?
I'll go with iPhone. I've always had an iPhone for a long period of time, so I'll start with the iPhone.
Coach Fava?
Yeah, the girls rip on me, but I'm Android all day.
Me too,
all
baby.
day.
There it is, Android
That's
all
right.
day long. That's it.
Coach Fontan, I'm iPhone with you. Yeah. We're a split
I'm going to get fun up in school for that.
All right, keeping on the phone topic, what is your favorite or most used emoji?
Mine is the thumbs up, I would say.
Mine would probably be the kind of the look away. Especially when you have a home game and your players decide to bring their away uniforms. Definitely, you get the look away type.
Yeah,
message.
that could be
guys,
it.
that's good. That's good. That's the stuff I don't miss. I had one of my players who'd be like, "I only have one cleat. How do you have one cleat?"
All right, so now for the most important questions, I guess, of the night. 3-part question. I'll start with Coach Fava. Sunday, AFC Championship, Bengals or Chiefs?
Chiefs, all day.
Niners or Rams?
Rams,
And
got to do it for Lodi.
And your Super Bowl champ is?
I think Kansas City, but I would like to see the Rams win.
Okay, Coach Fontana, same thing. Cincinnati or Kansas City?
I'm riding with the hot hand. I'm going Joe Burrow. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
49ers, Rams?
I'm going Rams.
And then, so Bengals or Rams for you?
Well, I'm going Rams. I think they just have a little too much firepower.
Okay.
All right. And my last one for us guys is you're stranded on a deserted island and you can only have one item with you that is a must-have. What are you making sure you have with you on that deserted island? This is like the hardest question of the night.
That's a good one. That one's got me stuck a little bit.
Item.
It could be a food even. It could be food, an item that you can't live without.
I'm going white chocolate Reese's for sure.
Oh, nice.
White chocolate Reese's. That's a lot of them because I'm by that. I'm on an island by myself, but white chocolate for sure.
I would say for me, just to be honest with you, being a wrestler, just water would be fine for me.
Awesome. Very
You
nice.
know, I've been dying for water since, for like 20 years. So definitely water.
Kenny's saying for me it would have to be Twitter.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
It would be his cell phone for sure.
Um,
Not me. Yeah.
Nicole Andrea Minio is saying, great job, Mr. Fava and Coach Gio. IC is lucky to have you both. And a Matt Fava saying, are we going to get a PCTI versus IC Fava Bowl in flag football next year?
Absolutely. My cousin Matt is actually one of the coaches for PCTI, and they just won it last year.
I didn't
We probably
even
had
make that
him on.
connection. That's right.
Yes.
Yeah, we had him on.
We had them
for
on a
sure.
couple
Oh my
times.
gosh, the name is now. Oh my god, how
Yeah.
did I not make that
We
connection?
had them
Yeah,
on.
we did have, and for PCTI regular football.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Nice. We should have a bowl game.
Well, yeah. You know what? Hey, what if we make it the All In on
All-In.
High School Sports Bowl? And there it is.
No, the All In on High School Sports Fava Bowl game.
Fava Bowl. There you go. You know what I want to do, Coach Fava? Is this possible? Because listen, he still looks like he's in tremendous shape, right? What if we round up our team? We get Heights. Want to play that game again? What do you think?
Absolutely.
What do you think?
I 100% will play that game.
Let's
right
get.
now.
I don't think Heights wants to do it. I don't think Heights will do it.
it.
Let's do it, Coach
would
Fava.
ask
Let's do it.
Absolutely. I'm in on that. I've been waiting for that for a while.
You know what? My last thing about that, Coach Gio, I love this. I found, going through stuff by my parents' house, I found the play sheet that we had. I showed Jen. She's like, when's that from? I'm like, junior football. There'd be about 400 plays on it. It was like the Fava special, this and that. It was like unbelievable. But hey, let's set that up. Let's get Heights. And then you know what? Then we end it once and for all.
Absolutely. We'll get the payback that we've been waiting a long time
There you
for.
go. Kenny, Coach Kenny saying best of luck, IC, and Coach Fava, good to see you.
Thank you, Kenny.
Coach Fava and Coach Fontan, thank you so much for joining us. It was a pleasure to have you guys on the show. We'd love to catch up with you again sometime, whether it's this season in the spring. But best of luck to you, and thanks again for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, guys. It was awesome. Good luck.
I appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Have a good one.
Have a good season.
Okay, so we'll talk a little Immaculate Conception, girls wrestling and girls basketball.
Yep,
great interview with those
absolutely.
guys.
You know what? It's always so nice to. I mean, all of the coaches we have on, but when you're a parent and you see, that these are the people who are coaching, in this case, your daughters, it's just, instilling good things in them. And, you know what? Having fun too. They were great. So that was, best of luck to them.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what our practice schedule is going to be when we play this Heights Elmwood Park rematch.
Oh my goodness.
And we're getting a Let's Go Blue Wolves comment.
All right. Well, we have, Coach Mahoney in the waiting room as well. Are we ready to
Yes, absolutely.
bring him on in? So let me bring him in and we'll get him all situated.
We're actually shockingly
with
good
us.
on time tonight.
I know, that's impressive.
That never works for us.
Hi Coach, how are you?
How you doing?
Good. Can you hear us okay?
Yeah.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much for joining us. Let me officially introduce you, give you the introduction you deserve to our audience. We're joined by Coach Scott Mahoney of Pompton Lakes Wrestling. He is in his 26th season at the helm and just recently recorded his landmark 400th victory in wrestling. He is also the head football coach where he has amassed over 100 victories in that sport as well. So, Coach, congratulations on your achievement and welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Again, I echo what Jen said. Congratulations on an awesome achievement. Again, Coach Virilli, our good friend Kevin Virilli, saying what's up, guys. So Virilli's checking in.
Thank you for watching. Hope you're feeling well, Coach.
So again, like Jen said, congrats on your 400th win. 26 years head coach. Can you talk a little bit about your tenure as head coach of the wrestling program and the program that you built?
Okay, program I built, well, part of it as a wrestler. I went to Pompton Lake, so it started there. And I wrestled Pete Monteverdi, my dad got involved when, he was always a basketball guy, and he got involved when I found a love for wrestling, and he actually became an assistant at Pop for years. He helped start him and Pete started to help him get it going where we were, and then my dad took over after Pete for 2 years, and then I was in a school. The school hired me back. I was an alumni, which was great. I was coaching football and wrestling at the time, and my dad stepped away and gave me the job. Ever since then, it's been just a roller coaster. I love it. I love going to school there every day. It's a great place. Great support from the administration, and we've had a good rec program. We've had some really high level wrestlers. We've had a lot of Division I wrestlers, 2 wrestlers, Division III wrestlers. So it's been a lot of good support, and people just latched on to wrestling, and it's really been one of the premier sports of the school.
Very nice. Coach, you guys just had your Passaic County tournament, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
And would you maybe recap your team's performance and highlight some of your wrestlers that have played pivotal roles so far this season for you?
Sure. We had a good tournament. We're a young team. A lot of freshmen, sophomores in the lineup. A couple juniors. I have good leaders. My seniors are very good leaders. We got a lot of guys. They got 9 guys out to the 5-6 round. I got 4 of those guys into the 3rd place round. We took 3rd. Nick Lazzatello is a sophomore. He took 3rd for us. And then 2 of my senior captains, Zach Matsimiak and Richie DeVries, took 3rd for us in the upper weights. And a freshman for us at 106 took 4th. He lost the Hawthorne wrestler, Testa. He lost him like 3 times in 5 days. He lost him on Wednesday, and then he got him twice in the tournament. So he kept running the same guy. But for a freshman to go all the way out to wrestle back to 4th was still a great accomplishment. And like I said, we're young. We're building. The team is very. I love being around them this year. There's no issues. They come to work every day. They listen, and they're. Someone asked me the other day, why the success this year? They're developing much faster than I anticipated. We looked at the beginning of the year. I'm like, man, we're young. A lot of new wrestlers off a pandemic, and they're smart, intelligent kids that are just working real hard, and we're coming along much faster than I thought we would at this point.
That's great.
Coach, our good friend Kenny Kirkpatrick from Maryland's giving you compliments on your looks, because he's saying, Coach Mahoney, 26 years, he goes, would you start at the age of 15? LOL. So he's saying great accomplishment and best of luck in the present and the future.
Thank you. And speaking of that, though, it was pretty much right out of college. Pompton, I came out of college, I knew I wanted to be a coach, and Pompton basically brought me right back out of college. So I was 22 years old when I started with football and wrestling in Pompton.
Well, you know what? That's you go right into my next question. And again, obviously you're coaching at your alma mater, and again, all your accomplishments, awesome, congratulations. And it would be accomplishments anywhere. But what does it mean? Does it mean more to do it at Pompton Lakes for you?
100%. I had some opportunities coming out of college to coach at some other schools, and I really pushed, to get back at Pompton. I had some great coaches at Pompton. Coach Bartlett, was a phenomenal coach. He has connections all the way to Parcells. They went to high school together. Dennis Arnold, even my long-term colleague, Eileen Allen, she's a Pompton grad. We bring people back. It is a community. I got to say, half our coaches are Pompton grads. And so you just want to be around those people. We know what it's all about. We call it the Pompton way. You do things a certain way. You coach your kids a certain way. Your programs are run a certain way. And the administration supports that and our traditions. And there was never a blink in my eye where I wanted to go coach.
Jen, I'll let you read the next comment.
Oh, we've got a Pompton grad who has a daughter currently at Pompton, who I'm sure you might know, who is a good friend of mine. We've coached lacrosse together, coached against each other in field hockey. Rebecca Hofflinger Lilienthal, who is saying, "Go Cardinals." Krista says, "Awesome PE teacher too."
I just watched Krista. We had a good win tonight. My daughter's at Pompton. My son and one daughter went to Pompton. They came part of Pompton where I was. My middle daughter went to Sonic. But I just saw Kristen Fontan, a great basketball win, buzzer beater against Hawthorne tonight.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was great. Buzzer beater was great game.
Well, that kind of leads me into my next question, because I know I have been following Krista's field hockey career thus far. She's had
and coach is saying huge win.
Yeah, nice. And she had a phenomenal freshman season, and we actually had Coach Allen on in the fall with her senior captains joined her, which kind of leads me to my next question. Like, you have hit these two major coaching milestones, right? The 400 wins in wrestling, the 100 in football, but you happen to be part of athletic coaching staff that actually boasts many coaches who've hit these milestones, and also, like you were saying, because when we were talking to Coach Allen in the fall, many people who are from Pompton. So can you describe what it's like to be part of that type of coaching community?
It's a great coaching community. We support each other, and again, with being from a small school, I was watching before with the other school, Immaculate. We share athletes. We work together. We make sure we encourage kids to play multiple sports, because you're in high school once. Get out there, play as many sports as you can. Is what I'm always telling the kids. Be involved and help each other out as much as we can. So it is a great community. Being around the town for all these years and the spirit. And like I said, when I first started, Dennis Arnold was there, the other 400 win coach from Pompton. Coach Arnold coached me in football, very competitive, and then I got to coach with him for a long time in football, which was an honor. So yeah, it is a tight-knit group. We love being around each other. We support each other, and that's what makes it great. And that's what makes Pompton Lakes pretty special when you say you're a Pompton athlete. And I don't think people realize the pipeline are out there for Pompton. I'll sort of mention, Coach DeBonta over at Montville, the head lacrosse.
I coached with Coach DeBonta at Montville for 15 years.
I played high school football and wrestled with Coach DeBonta.
Oh, too funny.
And then, a lot of success. Jim DeStar, who I played football with, is at Westfield. Coach Luciani at Butler. Steve Bates, who wrestled me, and he's the head coach at Mendham. I mean, I can find a coach out there for Pompton. It's just enormous. I'm going up against him Thursday night. Jared Luciani, and he's the head coach at Bayonne, and we're going down there to wrestle him. So, I mean, like I said, the pipeline Pompton Lake, we have a lot of great coaches out there. Even my staff, a lot of them are from Pompton.
That's great.
Yep, and my football staff, a lot of them are from Pompton Lake. So we really, it's a great place.
Very nice.
That's awesome. I've been waiting for this comment all night.
Uh-oh.
It's Tracy Ann saying "Go Pompton." So
another Pompton grad. I actually don't know Tracy's maiden name. I'm not sure, but Tracy is a 90. Actually, we were just talking about it today at work. A 92 grad. So yep. So Tracy Ann, she was a softball player there as well. So thanks for watching, Tracy.
My other one for coaches, and again, you mentioned it a little bit, but obviously every time, growing up in Garfield, so we had a little playing with Pompton Lakes here and there, coaching, high school football. We always know of the great programs that Pompton Lakes had. So obviously they have to have some kind of support throughout the community. What would you say, administration, fans, and then just atmosphere, of your, whether it's your wrestling matches or your football games of Pompton Lakes? Can you explain about that a little bit?
Wow. Well, first of all, the administration's always been supportive of all sports. They give you all the backing you need. The community rec programs, we have a lot. All our rec programs are run very well, and that's just part of it, getting good high school programs. And then the fans, our gym. We call it Gym the Cage. The bird cage. When it's packed, that tight gym, when it's packed. Oh man, you have some great events in there. There's some great wrestling matches in there, great games in there. And then I don't think there's any better place than Hirschfield on a Saturday. One of the few people that still play Saturday, old school place. Fans go 20-yard line to 20-yard line on both sides, but sometimes we play some big games there, and they're standing 3-4 deep all the way around. You get goosebumps just coming out. We went to MetLife a bunch of times, and even going to MetLife, the whole town shuts down and they show up. We a lot of times have more fans than at visiting games than the home team does. Very
That's
supportive.
Awesome.
We travel real well, and that's really, it gets you going. I'll never forget the one year we played Saddlebrook in the semifinal. Saddlebrook had two great teams, and we beat them 2 years in a row in the semifinals. Saddlebrook has everybody on one side, and we were on the other side all by ourselves. They were a little flat, a little nervous. I don't know what it was in the semifinals. Just didn't have it going, and all of a sudden, halfway through the game, our fan base, the kids, everyone got out of the stands, ran around the stadium, and stood along the bench behind us. And I'll never forget that. I was like, what are they doing? And it got so loud behind us, it just amped up our kids, and man, we just played great from there. That was a cool moment.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
Very
By the
nice.
way, Tracy's saying Tracy Barry.
Oh, Tracy Barry is her
Yeah,
maiden name.
Tracy. I went to high school
Oh.
with Tracy. Yeah, it's good to me, but yes, we were in high school together.
All right, and Coach, I wonder if you could give us a little look ahead for the rest of the season for you guys and some goals that you have going into like the last stretch here.
Yeah, I mean, well, we locked up the division title. The NJIC does that great thing with the playoffs in sports. Tomorrow night, we actually kick off the NJIC semifinals in the wrestling.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
nice. That's one of Kurt's
I love that.
favorite
With the
things
football,
that
I just
Yeah.
think that's
NJIC does,
fantastic.
yeah.
I
We
do.
have Emerson will be wrestling Garfield on one side, and we're traveling to Butler tomorrow night for our match. And
Oh, nice.
it's going to be a great match.
That's
So
awesome.
We got that tomorrow, and then the rest of the regular season's a couple weeks, and then we'll probably qualify for sectionals. See how we do there. Tough bracket again. Butler's in there, New Milford, Hawthorne, who we've already wrestled, Kittatinny, Emerson Park, a tough bracket. But we always look forward to competing in that bracket, see where we stack up, and then we'll get the individuals ready for the districts, regions. We should have some qualifiers. A couple kids that have aspirations trying to make Atlantic City. We'll push them as far as we can to get them there. And we'll go see where this road takes us, how far we go.
Coach, do you have any girls this year, and have you coached any girls?
I have coached girls. I've had a few before girls wrestling was even there. We have one girl on our team this year. She actually just transferred in from Hawthorne. She just got there like a week ago. But we've had girls before. I've had Brad Kelly actually wrestled in the county tournament. She was one of the very first girls to wrestle in the county tournament for us when she wrestled. And I've had some other girls wrestle for us, and it's always been a great experience. It really has. They work just as hard as the guys. They enjoy the sport. I had one a couple of years ago. She actually went and tried some college wrestling. I believe it was at Wilkes, or she tried wrestling a little bit in college. And even since those 4 years ago, it's growing that much faster at college too.
Wow.
There's so much more opportunity at college for the girls. And I think it's great for the sport. I think when you have guys and girls competing in a sport, make them more popular, more people want to be involved.
We've definitely featured some female wrestlers on our show.
Yeah.
We actually just had on the IC coach, Coach Fava, who has a girls program. And you know what? Of my friends who I have who have young boys who are wrestling, say like that the girls club at the young age is just like exploding. So I can only imagine that as they continue to get to high school, as they grow with it, it's just going to continue to grow, which, like you said, it is awesome.
And the skill level, you can already see from when they first started it, that first year to now, the skill level has improved from where it was. For working year round at it now.
Right.
So
right.
so it will be very much coming for a long time.
All right, Coach, what we're going to do now with you is what we call rapid fire, so some more quick-paced questions to answer for you.
I'm going to ask Coach a two for one, since it's going to be Pompton Lakes, because obviously he's Pompton Lakes his whole life, right? So he's got to know these two. Give me the best pizza place and the best deli to get a sandwich in Pompton Lakes.
Best place to get a sandwich, I usually go to Town and Country Deli, right in the center of town. And pizza, they used to have Pizza Town when I grew up, which is no longer there, but if I went for a slice now, I'd probably go to Tony's.
Okay.
All right. Mine is a candy question. We have Valentine's Day coming up. Would you prefer chocolates or candy hearts?
Ooh. That's a tough one because I'm actually a Smarties, and I'm a Smarties guy. But I probably would say the candy hearts.
All right.
I would probably put the candy hearts.
Nice.
Coach definitely answered my next question already. Because he answered my next question.
That's funny.
But I'm still going to ask you, for a football game, do you prefer a Friday night game or a Saturday afternoon? But I think I know which way you're going to go.
It's no doubt, I want to come out first football game of the year. I want to come out at Hirschfield Park on a nice sunny day.
Very nice.
There you go.
All right, Coach, I know you mentioned a couple of people already, but who were some of your coaching influence that have impacted your coaching style?
Oof. Well, definitely Coach Bartlett had a lot to do with the way I coach. My father and Pete Monteverdi. You know, one of the people I follow, I grew up in it, and I've done a lot of reading about Herb Brooks. And you know, and things the way he did things, and you know, obviously with the 8 and the Miracle on Ice, and you know, Herb Brooks I caught my attention, and I've really done a lot of reading on Herb Brooks. He's influenced me a little bit, but you know, yeah, all the people at Pompton Lakes, you know, that coached me were big influences in my life. You know, Dave Moyle and Dennis, and you know, Gary Luciani, who gave me my start in football. You know, he made sure he talked to me about coaching all positions, learning the whole game, the whole thing, and you know, they all had a big impact on what I do, and I took little bits and pieces and tried to just make it into my own little, you know, style.
Very nice.
I'm gonna go off script on one, okay? No, because you know, obviously, like you know, I'm gonna, you know, coach is a high school coach, but you know, all we're listening to now on the NFL is all these head coach openings, right? And it's no one's getting signed, and they keep saying, should the head coach, you know, call play? Should it be an offensive guy or defensive guy, or just kind of like, you know, a CEO of everything? You've done it for a while now. What would your advice even be to, like, an NFL level, like to a GM in NFL? Like, should it be, hey, if he's a play caller, he's a play caller, or do you really think the head coach is going to just be a strict, hey, CEO, I got everything, and manage it?
You know, it's funny because it's gone 2 ways for me. When I first took over, you know, I did a little more of the play calling and stuff like that. And as my staff has developed, I have 2 gentlemen who've been with me the whole 17 years. You know, they pretty much run my offense and defense now. Paul Coons does my defense. Justin Jones does my offense. I still do the special teams. I think it's important to have a head coach involved in one of the aspects of the game. You know, we'll talk. I'll put my little 2 cents in here and there. And we talk about things, but I like having an offensive and defensive coordinator, but you still have to have your hands in the game somehow, some way. I don't think it's just you guys do, you know, do that. Like I said, I do the special teams. Like, we talk offense, we talk defense. But I think you need guys. If the game has evolved so much, you need guys that can actually take a large part of it out of the way.
Yeah. No, it's just, you know, it's such an interesting thing, because, you know, you hear these guys getting criticized and saying, you know, the guy's a defensive coordinator in the NFL. He's running the defense. So they're like, you know, why'd your offense struggle? Oh, you know, I got to go look at the film. It's like, you're the head coach. Like, what are you going to look at the film? Like, what'd you do on Sunday? You know, like.
No, they know what's going on. They know the game plan, you know, and again, it's easy to criticize. You know, they know what's going on. You know, one of my things I always say to someone is, like, you know, no coach calls an interception or a fumble or something. They don't call those things, or a penalty. They don't call those things, but it happens. You know, it's part of the game.
All right, so getting to the NFL this Sunday, AFC Championship game. You got the Bengals or the Chiefs?
I am rooting for the Bengals, but I think the Chiefs are going to win.
Okay, and then NFC 49ers Rams.
Well, as a Cowboy fan, I cannot root for the 49ers. I'm hoping I'm all over the Rams this weekend.
Okay, so you got, well, you know what? We'll throw the Niners out. So between Kansas City, Cincinnati, and the Rams, your Super Bowl champs are?
I think the Bengals got something special there. I am pushing for the Bengals all the way to win the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Nice, very nice. All right, Coach, and my last one is quick and easy. Your preference, Nike, Under Armour, or Adidas?
Under Armour.
All right.
Okay.
I saw a little UA on your sweatshirt
yes,
there. I was wondering if that was going to be, as I was asking, I'm like, I wonder what he's going to do.
Yeah.
No, Coach, thank you so much for coming on. We would love to do something with you, obviously, either later on with the wrestling, and especially during like the football season and stuff like that, and cover you guys.
Sure.
You know, every time, like, you know, I'm obviously more of a North Jersey person than Jen, but when they mention Pompton Lakes, it's always like they're just unbelievably, you know, unbelievable athletics. So
it's funny, Coach. I always thought I was North Jersey. I'm a West Essex girl, but then, you know, this is Bergen County's even more, you know, north. Don't consider myself north compared to him. Yes, I'm a West Essex, which is north, right?
It's a big wrestling school too.
Yeah. Yes. Yep. They do a nice job there. Yeah. Yep. So another high school rich in athletic tradition for sure. Yep. Coach, congratulations again on all of your accomplishments.
Yes, congrats.
And best of luck the rest of the season. Thank you so much for joining us.
No, thank you. It was a pleasure.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, we'll talk to you soon. Good luck.
All right, bye-bye.
Good night.
Okay, Coach from Mahoney from Pompton Lakes, and just again, what an accomplishment,
Yeah.
both levels, like not only we have them on the wrestling, but also with the football program.
Oh, 100%.
And again, every time you do mention, the Pompton Lakes, it's just
it's funny.
good
as
program
we were,
after good program after good program.
And he mentioned how so many of the coaches have gone through the programs there, so it's just, it's, and he has people on his staff who went there, so it's, and that filters down to the kids, definitely, it's really nice to see. So, again, great accomplishments and good luck to him.
Kenny's asking, we have 5 minutes. We have 4 minutes, Mr. Kirkpatrick. Give us a quick rank 5. But Kenny, by the way, get your game plan ready because I hope you heard what we said with Coach Fava. We're looking for that rematch, Mr. Kirkpatrick. So you got to get down here and get ready.
Once again, Kurt can't accept a loss.
No, I'm not. I'm not going to accept that loss. We want payback on that one. You heard Fava. He's ready. Fava's ready to. Fava could get 30 carries in that game.
Coach Fava,
come on.
Coach Fava also said that he hadn't thought about that game in 20 years. You've mentioned it in the past couple of months. You've mentioned it 20 times.
Well, listen, we used to run him between 20 and 30 times to that level. He could get easily 30 carries in now. Easy. So let's wait for Mr. Kirkpatrick's rank 5. But no, it was a great show tonight. I mean, again, all 3 were great guests. Give a shout out. Actually, you know what? I'm sorry. I want to give a shout out to our good friend. We call him Joey Clams.
Oh, yes.
But
thank you for
Joey
mentioning
Fredette for getting us in touch with Coach Fava and, reaching out to them and asking if they want to come on.
Yep.
Okay. Rank these 5. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch.
All right, I got mine ready to go already. I'll start with the 5. But I know I'll go Twitch last. This is just based on my usage. I'll go Twitch last. Thank you, Kenny, again for the good. I'm gonna put YouTube 4th. I do like it. I don't use it for I use it more actually educationally in my school, for read alouds and stuff and for instructional videos. But I'm gonna put it 4th. I'm gonna put Twitter 3rd. It probably jumped over YouTube just since the Twitter influence sitting next to me. I'm gonna put Instagram 2nd. I've actually really been doing a little more with Instagram recently.
You watch the videos when we send each other the funny videos of the people dancing with the stuff.
I've actually been making reels of Bella recently, right? Yeah. So I kind of delved into that a little bit. And Facebook first. I think that's a generational thing,
okay.
Our generation on Facebook.
Let's see if you know me.
All right, I'm going to go Twitch is last.
Twitch is number 5.
I'm going to do Instagram is
number 4.
I'm going to do YouTube is
yes.
3rd. I'm going to do Facebook is 2nd. And Twitter, of course.
Oh
is
my
first.
God, Twitter is. Kenny, I'm shaking because I haven't checked Twitter in an hour, and I gotta. As soon as this show's over, I'm going on scroll Twitter, get some sports info, and let's go.
Rank 5, Kenny.
Very good rank 5, Mr.
As
Kirkpatrick.
Today, sometimes he says that I know Kurt better than he knows himself. So that was. Your top. Your rank 5 was easier for me to do on you than for myself.
You know what I'm gonna say? I'm just gonna say this. It's 8:58. We were on at 8. We have the 2 interviews done. Mm-hmm. We had a rank 5.
Yeah.
It's 8:59. Twitter withdrawals. Absolutely. You know how they say, if you got punished? If I got punished from Twitter, I would be done. Done. I can't wait to put Twitter on and listen to my Bronco radio, my guy Benjamin Albright right now. But we got it all done in an hour.
We did. Perfect timing.
Fantastic.
So, one final thank you to Coach Fava and Coach Fontan from Immaculate Conception of Lodi, and another thank you to Coach Mahoney, Pompton Lakes Wrestling. We thank them for coming on, and we wish them the best of luck. And thank you, everybody.